Number 8. The table gives the distribution of votes for a new school mascot and grade level for 80 students. If one of these students is selected at random, what is the probability of selecting a student whose vote for the new mascot was for a lion? Okay, we want to always do with probability when it's this kind of thing, when it's just a straight sort of probability. It's the part out of the whole, the smaller group out of the larger group. So what is the larger group? They want to select a student. If one of these students is selected at random, what is the probability of selecting one whose vote was for a lion? So the whole is the total number of students who voted. Because they asked all these people. And this is really critical. All students who voted. That's our whole group. They could have said out of sixth graders, out of seventh graders, out of eighth graders, out of seventh and eighth graders. There's any number of groups that they could do in these kind of questions. It could be, if they had separated it to male and female students, they could have said, all seventh grade female students, things like that. They do these kind of things all the time. So you need to know, be very careful, what is the whole, the large group we're talking about. Okay, so students who voted. Part is students who voted for a lion. They wanted a lion. All right, so the total number of students in these kind of charts, we can always just go right down here to the bottom right corner, because the numbers are being added up as you go down, and they're also being added up as you go left to right. So that's where you get totals, and you get totals, and then at the bottom, that is the grand total, the bottom right corner. It's adding all those totals up that way, and it's going to equal the same number either way. So the number of students who voted is 80. So I'm going to replace that, write that here, 80. Now here are the number of students that voted for a lion. There were 9 sixth graders, 2 seventh graders, and 9 eighth graders. And then they've already added that up. The total number of students who voted for a lion is 20. Now, as you can see, none of our options here are 20 over 80. So we need to simplify this. We need to find the biggest number that goes into both of them, or we can just keep dividing both of them by the same number until it gets small enough. It really doesn't matter. This isn't like a test in math class where your teacher is checking how you solved the problem. They just want to know that you got the right answer. So do what makes the most sense to you. Me, I would look at this and go, oh, they both end in 0, so they're both divisible by 10. So I can divide 20 by 10. That just gives me 2. 80 by 10 just gives me 8. 2 and 8, those are both even. So I divide 2 by 2, I get 1. I divide 8 by 2, I get 4. All right, 1/4. That's my process. There are so many ways to simplify this. You could divide them both by 4. You could divide them both by 5. You just want to keep dividing until you get the absolute simplest one possible. But in this, our answer here is 1/4, and that is C. Hey guys, this video was helpful or useful in any way. Please feel free to let the algorithm know about it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, even buy me a coffee if you're so inclined. Links for that down below as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.